All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 779. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who shed 0 tears for E3, Wombat.
Yeah, cry me a river, as Justin Timberlake might say about E3.
Did you feel anything?
Some modern music you're referencing there.
I'm a modern man. I mean, E3 was fine.
I think we'd had time to make our peace at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You knew it was sick.
yeah, it was. You knew that it was coming. It was like, I don't know what's the next. Like, they're gonna wheel this thing out again. What's gonna happen here?
Right. What's it gonna look like? It's not gonna be pretty.
No, I'm still like bummed that it ended like it did, like where it just kind of like fizzled out for no like really good reason. Like, I don't know. It could have kept going. It could have kept going.
How?
Here's
how.
They could have gotten I know they got Reed Pop in, but that didn't work. Like, they had no idea what they were doing with E3. Like, they didn't do anything. They did nothing. Like, that was the solution.
Right.
We're not going to plan anything. Is this good? Will this be good?
Maybe they knew it was the last year all the way back then. Well, they couldn't have because it was before COVID, right?
Yeah.
So they couldn't have been that negative back then. After COVID, that's another thing.
It was always a convention whose time it was getting increasingly unnecessary regardless of COVID.
They're all unnecessary. All these conventions are unnecessary.
Right. That's not the point.
They're necessary to make money.
Right. You got to make money.
That's what I mean. It wasn't making money like it was anymore because it didn't serve its function, which was to get retailers to buy copies of games. So all these game companies weren't buying these $1 million experiences for these sales reps who no longer exist. So that was the problem.
And then they half transitioned it into a public event, but they didn't change the event at all.
Right.
Yeah.
In doing that, it was just like, I don't know, we'll take some public money, I guess. You guys got money to give us?
But it didn't benefit the studios as much because they were there to sell their game, not one game at a time, but 500,000 at a time to Target.
Do you think the ESA is charging like the Microsofts and Sonys like just incredible fees to exhibit at those shows?
Yes.
I would assume so. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point.
But like, don't you think once you start doing that, you put them in a position where it's like, all right, like, how do we save money? Like, you're always going to be, once you're put into like this huge hole at an event, you're like constantly thinking about the money aspect of it. Are you getting your money's worth? Like, how can we save money? It's all about money. Maybe since these guys are like the cornerstone of the event, maybe you don't rape them on the fucking fees of the event. Maybe you make it easy for them. And you're like, ESA is like they're getting paid to represent them in all things.
Also, it depends on what the event contract looks like and what's being provided by the ESA against what PlayStation is providing themselves. So say at the event, they have, half a floor with custom carpet and the 2-floor build with the conference rooms and the screens and the stages and all of that. Now, is the ESA on the hook to pay for all of that to install it as part of PlayStation's fee? So they charge PlayStation
to the custom carpet. I think that was there's not been a lot of E3 discussion this week.
Talking about the custom carpet.
I'm just saying there's
got to come right here.
There's a lot of moving pieces, and and this is something I've worked on as recently as 2 months ago.
You worked on E3?
No, a live event sponsorship. Live event sponsorship contract negotiation is something I've actually done. But never mind. It doesn't matter.
No, we're not making fun of you. We're making fun of E3.
I
Yes.
feel like they should have
So-
known, like, these are your core, like, without these three things, there's no E3,
again,
right?
because it's not it. You're saying it's about the money, but it's not necessarily about the money.
Everything
It's-
about the money, man.
It's what they get for the money. You
Right.
you get half a floor. You get all of these things. You get X
Sure.
amount in production and value.
Right. Obviously, the value's not there, and probably because there's a lot of
That's the
fucking
problem.
fees that ESA is charging, because it's probably the way that the ESA
It's-
makes their whole money for the year is just on
It's
E3.
gonna be it's E3, and so it's for $1 million. Here's what you get. Here's the media impressions. Here's the PR that we're going to provide.
And as
Here's
soon
the
as that
items we're
amount
gonna-
is so big, you're like, when you're a Microsoft or a Sony, you're like, well, I'm sure we could do this better ourselves. If it's just some nominal fee, or if they don't feel like they're getting raked over the coals, they're like, well, it's whatever. But if now it's like, well, how can we do this ourselves? How can we make money? Is this even worth it? And at the end of the day, it wasn't. And
at the end of the day, it wasn't. That's the change that's happened.
It's
At
a-
one point, it was worth it.
I always felt like it was a weird relationship that ESA was running E3, and then the E3 members are, I don't know, it just seemed like they're funding ESA through E3, but it's like, why are those two things even related? Why is E3 a moneymaker for the ESA when it's supposed to be, I don't know, when it's like your customers are those big three, they need to be making money out of that too somehow. They can't be like dumping money into it to give it to the ESA. Didn't make a lot of sense. And now Jeff Keighley is our king and Pope.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yes. Well, farewell. Maybe we'll think of some stories later, but maybe not. Let's do some show feedback in the meantime.
Wow, we're going right into it.
Not really. We just talked for like 6 minutes about anything.
I went to a convention though since the last show.
Oh,
Which one?
I went to Cincinnati.
How was that?
It was fantastic.
it sounds like it would
had,
be
like,
good.
It had like I don't know. I would estimate it probably had 100 or so pinball tables there.
Did they have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pinball?
The new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had maybe 4 of those there.
very nice.
I played it.
That's a cool table.
I played the new Elton John table that's not out yet.
Oh,
That one's a good one. I played.
I've seen that actually. I'm so sad. I've seen that one too.
Yep. Yeah. What else did I played? I don't know. There was Deadpool. There was Judas Priest. It's all the new stuff. Got Guardians of the Galaxy. That one's a fun one. There's a lot of multi-ball in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I felt like I had been playing for like 15 seconds, and all of a sudden, like multi-ball action was everywhere.
Well, they have to represent all the Guardians. It's a
They
group.
do. Absolutely, yeah. And then I played. I mean, they had the old stuff there too. Like I played a couple games of Funhouse. That's still fantastic.
They have
They had
Guns
the
N'
Shack
Roses.
machine. Have you ever? Yeah, they had Guns N' Roses.
That's the greatest.
Have you ever played the Shack pinball table?
No.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes. No,
Okay.
Yes.
You said the shack. I'm thinking I'm like picturing
Radio
a
Shack?
pinball. Yeah, like no, just like a shack, like with some rednecks on a porch or something kind of a
That
thing.
seems like it's a pinball table.
That
too.
totally,
I mean,
yeah, exactly. Don't tell me that's not a reasonable thought for a pinball table.
Yeah. So no, the Shack table, it has and this was tempting. Like most of these are like have like price tags on them too. Like people are like, I don't know, buy
Oh,
this.
that's cool. Wow.
Yeah, why don't you buy this? And so like it's me walking around the show going,
You're going,
yeah, there's this fully working Shack pinball table for
you
like
don't need that one.
$2,000. It's got a basketball hoop that goes back and forth in the middle of it and a
Uh-huh.
ramp.
Uh-huh.
And so you're shooting the pinball and maybe making a basket. I don't know. I was looking at Funhouse pretty hard. I was looking at that one.
How much was that?
That one was $6,000.
Woo!
That has a lot of moving parts, though. I feel like I know they all do, but that one has like the eyeballs and the mouth. I feel like that's could be a headache.
Yeah, how much is one visit from the pinball repair guy?
Pinball repair guy, he's quite reasonable.
Okay.
So,
So
I mean,
that's
it's usually he comes and services like my 2 arcade games and my
Oh, so it's no
4
issue.
pinball tables for like I think it's like $200 a year. He comes in and
Might as well add more.
was my
You're at
thought
scale.
as well.
You're
Yeah.
scaled. You're at you can scale. That's good.
I mean, they're pretty much paying for themselves at this point, I think.
Out of volume.
Yeah,
How?
just volume
How do
they're
they-
picking up in my.
Are you charging people when they come over? How are they?
Yeah, they're not.
Do you have a little change belt?
Yeah.
That would be good.
There was someone there that yelled out shipwreck and quickly walked by. And I'm sure I've met that person before, but I don't know. They didn't really stop to talk. So
Right. They just wanted to recognize you.
there was also someone trying to recruit my like asking if Emmeline, my daughter, was if she played competitively. Because this is like, if I'm assuming this would be like the pinball version of Cheapy at ping pong.
Oh.
Like where he's trying to like get these kids some coaching. Like they've got a little promise, like, need to get you in here.
Is that a thing? Do they have pinball coaches?
I'm sure they
I
do.
mean, come on. What parent is paying for a pinball coach for their kid?
I mean, there's
You
competitions
wouldn't even do
go
that.
on.
You wouldn't even do that.
No.
Because you would just teach them yourself.
I mean, sure.
That's
It's a good
crazy.
time, though.
Come
Like,
on.
These like it's like the perfect size convention because there's like at any time there's only like one person playing a machine. And so you don't have to wait long. You just like, if you don't feel like waiting for that machine, you can just play the one next to it.
That's the way to go.
But it's still crowded enough, right? Like you're not worried like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be around next year.
Perfect.
It was good. Yes. But good time at Cincinnati.
I was
That's
gonna
good.
say they're
Great
gonna have to
name, too.
they're gonna have to keep running it because they can't lose that pun.
No.
It's solid.
it
It's
is
a
good.
solid pun. Okay, now we're going on to show feedback.
Sure.
All right. Captain Magenta number 6 says, so no pirate biker toy corner for me today. I do have a new toy to show today. It's a very exciting one. Ship, do you know what this is?
Dude, that's a Black Widow pocket pussy.
No,
As far as
That's
our
not-
listeners are concerned, it is.
that wouldn't be a new toy.
That is the what is that game called? It's the gamerverse version of Iron Man from the Black and Gold video game.
That's right. This is Midnight Suns Iron
There it is.
Man. Everyone's favorite Iron Man costume.
Is it on clearance?
But in action figure form. It was on sale. I don't know.
Yeah.
Clearance is that. Yeah, no, I did not pay full price for this. I do love it though. I also have this card as a card in Marvel Snap. But I didn't have to pay money for that. That was free. But yeah, pretty cool, huh?
No.
Pretty dope.
What's your definition of cool?
This.
All right, fair enough. It is that then. I agree. What else?
Wait, is that the only one of the Midnight Suns figures they've come out with?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
it's an actual Marvel Legend figure.
Right.
So,
I know they
yeah.
do the gamerverse thing. Like, I
Yeah.
know my son
But-
has like the Miles Morales one from the Miles Morales game, and maybe another one from one of the Spider-Man gamerverse ones. But
But
I'm
if
assuming
they
that's
did
why they
come
didn't
out,
make it Spider-Man for the Midnight Suns.
no, if they did come out with another Midnight Suns Legend, I would consider it. Iron Man was the only free Midnight Sun card in Marvel Snap though, so I don't have any other Midnight Sun cards in Marvel Snap. So, and they came out with ones for everybody.
Pretty
course.
clear why Iron Man didn't go with it.
How fulfilled are you feeling about that?
Actually, no, that's not true. I have the Deadpool one. I pulled that one. I got lucky. That was dumb luck. Deadpool. Yes, I feel very lucky.
Good.
Yes, I enjoyed that game too, but that's a whole other conversation. At Super Dwango had to say, Cheapy is the personification of the Simpson Skinner meme. Oh, okay, because this is just messed up. Am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. He is really just not that into video games anymore, but won't admit it. Does he know that it's not required for people in the industry to actually be into video games? Look at most of the major publishers' CEOs. Okay, this is what I'm going to say about this.
I don't even know what
Super
he's
Dwango.
saying. What is he even
He's-
fucking saying?
I don't know, and I don't think that that's necessarily true, Mr. Super Dwango. I saw Cheapy's year in review on the Xbox, and I don't think you could say that someone who's played over 800 hours of video
It
games in
wasn't
the last
800.
year. Yes, it was. Wasn't it like 849 or something like that?
No, that was yours.
No, mine was over 1,000.
Yeah. No.
It's not. It's
Well,
not
first of all, I
good.
share mine with Ty.
I'm sticking up for you. Just roll with it.
But look, his comment is so weird. He's saying, like, I'm not that into video games, but I won't admit it. But I mean, I admit that. Like, why would I not admit that? I say I don't play that many video games anymore. Like, why would I not admit that? But then he goes on to say that it's fine because the CEOs, first of all, I'm not even in the industry. What do you, it's crazy talk. The whole comment is terrible.
Mhm.
I did play
There's no industry
100.
anymore. E3's gone.
Mhm.
Right, exactly. We'll talk about our Xbox year in review later.
I think you play a higher than average amount of video games.
Yeah, I think you still do too. I
So
think
I'm-
you play. You play what you like and you play what you know, and that's fine because I do the same thing. So
I will say, out of all the things that I'm worried about in my life, my gamer street cred is at the way bottom. Like, I never once even popped into my mind. I've accumulated more gamer street cred than really most people could ever hope to get in their lifetime. I could have stopped 10 years ago, and you'll never catch up. Sorry. Just like my height, you're not going to catch up, even if you write these comments. All right, let's do some watch this jerks. Now that I solicited some angry emails.
I watched a movie last week.
Yes.
I watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I believe is what that film is called.
Good name.
Mm-hmm. The fact that I remembered that is pretty impressive because I didn't even put that on the outline. I called it Indiana Jones and the Why Did They Make This, which I think is a more appropriate title.
Money.
I asked. I know why they made this.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think it made that much money though. I don't think it
They
was
tried.
a bomb.
They tried.
Yeah. So it's like maybe money wasn't the answer.
I'm gonna look up the moneyness.
Yeah. It's not very good. That's not a good movie.
I'm gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna watch it anyway. You're not gonna be like, ugh, why did I do this?
I think that's why they made it.
Mm-hmm. But it's fine. It's like it's really like the epitome of here's a movie that's all right, I guess. Indiana Jones is in it. There's a lot of unanswered questions in that movie that I have a lot of comments about. You see a man basically lose his face, and then he shows up like 5 minutes later and his face is perfectly fine.
Harrison
like,
Ford.
what? And I'm like, what happened to your face? Why is it normal? I want explanation of what happened to your face. And then you watch the rest of the movie, and in the back of in your mind, all you're thinking is, like, you're waiting for like the reveal that there's still something wrong with his face, and it doesn't happen. Sort of like in what's that James Bond movie, the one with Javier Bardem, where he's like, yeah, you don't remember what happened to me, and then he like takes out the thing, and his face is all messed up. Like I was waiting for that moment in this movie, but it doesn't happen. And I'm like, there's got to be an explanation. It's a thing they just don't explain. And there's this other thing. I don't know if you remember when this movie came out. It wasn't that long ago.
This
But
year.
there was a critic who got into a lot of hot water because he basically, and he worded it very poorly in his review. I don't remember the reviewer's name, but basically he was like, and the Nazis are bad guys, but they don't explain why. And
Wait, what?
yeah, this was the guy's review. He goes, and the Nazis are bad guys, but they don't explain why the Nazis are bad guys.
Right.
And that's dumb. I mean, you don't have to explain why the Nazis are bad guys. They're bad guys because they're Nazis. What they don't explain in the movie is why are these guys Nazis? Because it's the late 1960s. So where did these Nazis come from is something that I think that's what that critic was trying to say, but poorly.
Right.
Like, I understand why Nazis are bad guys. They're Nazis. They're all bad. I get that. You don't.
And there was
have
no
to
X
explain
then.
that.
There was no X then. So
Yeah,
it wasn't that.
Exactly. So it was just like, oh, here are these neo-Nazis in the late 1960s. You know, how about like a throwaway line like Indiana Jones says, I can't believe the rise of the neo-Nazi movement in this country is getting so out of hand or something. It doesn't matter. Just
Right.
explain like, oh, yeah, no, we're aware that there are Nazis have infiltrated the United States of America because they have. And, you know, it's not our reality anyway, which is something you also, it's like, that's what the Indiana Jones movies in a way do really well, in some ways better than a lot of other movies, is you think this takes place in our reality and then something happens and you're like, oh wait, nope. You know, they open that Ark of the Covenant and ghosts come out and faces melt, and that's not something that would happen in our world.
Wait, it doesn't take place in our reality?
Exactly. But I think that's the magic of an Indiana Jones movie, is that it's like, it's so close to, it feels like, oh, this is our history, this is our world, and then something happens and it's like, oh wait, no, it isn't. And that's something that's kind of cool. And this movie does that to an nth degree at the end, where it doesn't really work. So
I'm not going to watch it because I'd like to remember the good Indiana Jones movies.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the way to go.
Yeah. As Critical said in the chat, they should have dialed it back. So good pun. I'll throw it out there for you. Dial of Destiny. Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
I'm not going to get it.
I watched a movie that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the theater and watched Killers of the Flower Moon.
Nice.
That is a good movie.
You went like the day before it went on the streaming services.
It comes out. It's like
a week,
2 weeks.
2
2
week
weeks
before.
No, it's out.
I mean, but we could have watched it at home. Now you can
That's
rent it or buy it or whatever at home.
That's
but,
what I meant.
I mean, I don't know. I wanted to see it on the big screen.
That's 3.5 hours.
I needed to see it on the big screen.
Over 3.5 hours.
We were there for like 4.5 hours, right? Because like they don't shorten up the Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, yeah.
Yeah, they don't shorten up that stuff. You get all the previews. And then before this movie, also Martin Scorsese like sits down and like tells you what the movie's going to be about for like 10 minutes before the movie starts.
What the fuck is that? That's part of the movie?
It was part of the experience.
I don't like that experience.
I didn't either. I'm like, I'm ready to watch the movie. We got through all the previews. We got through all the ads, ready to go. And then Martin Scorsese comes on and like explains to me like the context of the movie. And I'm like, no, I got it. I'm here. Like, you got me.
Can't you explain the context in the 3.5 hour running time of the film?
So did you get up to pee at any point during the movie?
I did. Okay, so I read the book, so I knew going in like where my planned break was going to be. Like, I'm like, all right, I gotta get past all the Isbel scenes, right? Like, because I gotta watch that, obviously. And he was very good. And so
he was great
exactly
on Colbert yesterday, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm. But the only thing about it, I got the true theater experience in that I think the same weekend that we saw it was the opening weekend of the Beyonce concert film. And that was playing in like the fancy like Dolby Atmos, whatever the latest and greatest, like
the wall blasters. So we were in a theater that was not adjacent to that theater, but was in the same hall as that theater. So like we were at the end of the hall. This Beyonce movie was like 2 theaters, like where we had to walk down the hall past it, like to get to our theater. So like, I don't know, like it's three theaters away, basically. Like once you take the right turn and you get there, and like there's bathrooms in between that theater and ours. Anytime it got quiet, all we could hear was Beyonce. Dude,
like,
dude.
I went to the restroom. It was shaking the urinals in the restroom.
I can't get it in the thing. I can't get it in there.
So we like, we're walking out like of the movie theater, and it's like you can hear it outside of the movie theater, like shaking the like bricks of this huge movie theater.
I want to go there. That sounds great. If you're watching that movie, if you're watching the Beyonce movie, it's going to be really great.
It's going to be really loud. Like the somebody opened up the door, like
You dropped your
just like as we
popcorn?
were walking by, like because they were in Killers of the Flower Moon with us. Like, we didn't know them,
Right.
but they like, I don't know, they just walking by and like opened up the door just to see like what it was like inside there. It was so freaking.
And their
this
hair was
like,
getting blown back.
this was like a Sunday morning too. Like we went to like the like Sunday at like, I don't know, 10 a.m. showing, like first thing in the morning showing of Killers of the Flower Moon.
Right. Started in the morning.
It
Finished
started in the morning. It was an
fucking
afternoon
evening.
affair by the time we got out, but it's really good. I think you both will enjoy watching that movie.
Right there.
I'll definitely see it. But yes,
Right behind me.
I will also see it where on Cheapy's couch.
Perfect. I might need a new
Make sure
couch.
like have Beyonce playing on your computer, like right behind you, GP.
Dude, I mean, it's that you tell me these stories and then you wonder why I'm never going back to the movie theater again. It's just like, and these are not anomalies. Like, there's always some fucking thing like that.
I find that's like the most frustrating thing about watching movies now is like it used to be like you got like superior sound when you went to the movie theater. Now
Potluck.
it's just like all the sound sucks. Like in every theater I go in, the sound is just terrible. Like the mix is bad. You're hearing other theaters. Like you can't adjust the volume. Like
Right.
it's just it's
I
a
hate it.
bad
Yeah,
experience
there's-
audio wise. Like the screen is good. I like the screen portion of it.
Uh-huh.
The seats are good. The seats are fine.
Mhm.
They should
Um,
let you bring like your AirPods, and they should have a system in where it somehow like connects to your phone, and then you can listen in pure audio bliss with whatever
Honestly,
like headphones you have.
I would kind of love that. That would be amazing. I would
Yeah.
100% do that.
'Cause I hate people. It's so annoying. I need to block them out at all times.
Yeah, to not because then you wouldn't hear anything if there was
Yeah.
someone on their phone. You wouldn't even know.
Well, except their screen would blind you.
Well, not if they're behind you or
Right.
something.
Right.
You'd have to
I
be,
feel like this is
right
an
on top
idea
of
that
you.
you could really launch and go bankrupt with. This seems like a
Yeah.
good one.
I like this idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, someone else can have it.
Okay.
Theater pods.
You know, like they have like that silent disco thing.
Ooh, Cinepods.
You know about silent disco?
I don't know that we have that
Yes.
in Ohio.
It's like a
Yes.
nightclub, but you just wear headphones. There's no music actually playing through speakers. You only hear the DJ in the headphones.
We outlawed nightclubs a long time ago.
Well, this might work then. This might be a good way to bring them back. There's no dancing allowed though, right? In Ohio, you have weed now though. Congratulations.
It's like that town in Footloose, but it's a state.
Right.
Mhm.
It is. Ohio is like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weed is legal there now. You voted.
I
I
did
don't know.
vote.
Did you?
I did. Yes, I voted.
Did you vote for the weed?
Yeah, I voted for the weed. I'm not going to
Nice.
smoke the weed, but I'm fine with the weed.
Nice.
You might regret that.
Cheapy and I don't have a congressperson, so at least you got weed.
Yeah, it's better off not having one.
I know.
Especially if
we're
they're
better off
crooks.
without them. I know.
Somebody wrote in, they were complaining. I didn't put it on the outline, but they basically said they live in North Carolina and that they've really supported legalizing weed, and now it just smells like weed everywhere, and they hate it. They regret supporting it. So get ready, Chip.
I've seen that. I've seen that complaint a few times in this state as well.
In the city, yeah, but like the
city
alternative
stinks.
is that it smells like piss and shit. So it's like an improvement.
Well, now it's weed, piss, and shit. It's not like the
You don't
piss and
smell
shit
the-
smell.
You don't smell the shit anymore, but you have to still look out for it because you can step in it at any time. You have to look down when you walk down the street because there is a lot of.
I love New York.
It's still good. It's still a great city. There's shit everywhere. Look, we went to Spain, and in their cities too, it smelled like piss and shit. It's like
Nice.
they have. When there's a lot of people, there's gonna be piss and shit. Sorry,
No,
facts of life.
It killed half of Europe.
piss and shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, now it just annoys our noses for a little bit, but we hope to have enough weed to overcome that smell, and then when everything's golden, we're all living, and we're not smelling the shit, and we're high.
Wearing the tracksuits.
We're in
I
the
was
velour.
just thinking that. I'm like, this is something only someone in a velour tracksuit would say.
Did you see what this says right here?
Nope.
We can't see what
The
that
Nike
says.
logo says. Doesn't say Nike.
What's it say?
Freak.
Freak.
Yep, it's the Greek Freaks
It's
line of clothing.
Giannis's.
Giannis.
Yep.
Finally, they started with selling the basketball clothes in tall sizes. Nike didn't do that before.
I was gonna say, aren't basketball players tall?
You would think that that's where you would go, and like, but somehow like the Air Jordan line and like the basketball line didn't have tall size stuff, but now it does.
I'm glad they got your letters.
My letters? No, dude, you don't understand. I actually wrote them not letters, but I wrote them many like feedback messages through their app to get more tall sizes because they had this great filtering system, like when you go to search for clothes, where you could just search for your specific tall size, and it would show you what they had. And they gave it to me, and then they took it away when they were redesigning the app. And I definitely sent like 3 or 4 messages, like, "Hey guys," they fixed it.
Oh, good. So I could search by Stumpy. Is that on the?
Yes, they have short. They have like. They don't have Stumpy, no, but they have like you can sort by big and tall.
I know. I haven't been to Orange Theory in over a week now, and I hate it.
You getting Stumpy?
I'm getting Stumpy.
When can you go back?
I don't want to go. I think I can go back on Friday. For those who don't know, I have COVID. I've had it. Today is I think technically day 5, or it might be day 6. And
is that why your hair looks like that?
Yes.
Oh.
Why? I think my hair looks good.
It looks like Superman.
I love Superman hair. I'm technically not contagious anymore, but I don't want to like risk it with people at Orange Theory. I feel fine.
You look fine.
You know. Thank you.
I believe Friday
I'm still gonna sleep on the couch tonight, though.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough.
It's been 5 nights on the couch. It blows.
That's rough. I feel bad for you.
At least the Funko Pops are there to keep you company.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Are there any on the couch?
Mm-mm.
Do they fall on you on the couch when you roll over?
They would hurt. They're plastic. Anyway.
You know, Friday's the 2,000-meter row, by the way. So enjoy that.
Maybe I'll go on Saturday. Elliot won't be here. He'll be on a trip. So maybe I'll go on Saturday morning.
The coach at Orange Theory today told me he'd never seen anybody move the water inside the water rower like I did today. So violently and powerfully.
Wow. Yep. Your coaches have weird pickup lines.
He was a new coach. Today was his first time I saw him there.
So he was telling the truth then.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It was his time. Definitely wasn't his first time coaching at Orange Theory. Just at this particular one. I think they've consolidated like the coaches now, and they fired a bunch, and now like the same coaches just go to all the different Orange Theories in the immediate area. Not sure. That's my theory. Anyway, I'm awesome. That's why I brought that up. Thank you.
No, it's great. Like I said, I would love to be great and going to. It's not
fun.
that I don't. Yeah,
I love sharing my stats with each other. Our stats with each other.
It sucks.
Should we talk about the TV shows we're watching?
Sure. What are you watching?
I've watched the first episode of The Curse. That's the new Nathan Fielder. That's his last name, right? And what's her name?
Emma Stone.
Yeah,
Emma Stone.
That is on Showtime, I believe.
Showtime.
I get that somehow. I must have subscribed to it and never unsubscribed through Apple TV. So we watched the first episode. That is a very fucking strange ass show. It's a drama about like a couple who start a reality house flipping show about like poor people in New Mexico, for houses for poor people in New Mexico. But it's just so fucking bizarre that Mrs. Cheapy, after the first episode, she's like, not watching any more of that. It's like, you're on your own, because it's pretty, I don't know. You should watch it. It's not for kids.
Okay, not for kids. Got it. Not
for kids. And if you don't like that uncomfortable cringe type feeling, it's not for you. But I liked it.
You know what you need to watch?
What's that?
You know you need to watch, and I would say have your wife watch it with you, but I have a feeling that if you do, she may not talk to you, or she may love it and say we need to watch more of this. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but I started Obliterated on Netflix.
Okay.
It is a hard R action comedy TV show. And when I say hard R, I mean
big titties.
Big titties.
Wow.
Yes, it has hardcore nudity and sex in this.
Really?
Not porn, but like
Bush?
Hard R. Yeah, you do see yes, you do see.
We've got Bush.
You see all of it. You literally see
Lips?
whatever there is to see. No.
Well,
no.
that's not all of it then.
No, you know what I mean.
Anus?
No.
Man anus?
Stop. You don't see a butthole, but you see lots of butts.
Yeah.
There are lots of butts and boobs and blood and shooting and it's worth your. I don't want to say it's worth your time as much as it is watch the first episode, and if you can make it through the first episode, then you might be like,
All
I
right.
think I'll give this a. Let's see what else this has to offer. But it's definitely, yeah, it's very strange. And again,
what's the
it's on
chance that
Netflix.
what's the chance that Mrs. Cheapy is gonna like it, in your opinion?
I'm gonna give that a 50% chance.
That's not helpful.
I know.
Okay, I'll try to report.
Is she cool with like sex scenes?
Sure.
and
Who's the first?
Then have her watch that first episode and see where you go.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll try.
It's supposed
Obliterated.
to be funny. That's what I will say.
Okay. It's not funny
Right?
though?
It's heightened. It's a very heightened show for the sense of comedy.
So it's funny and horny.
Yes.
All right.
And it's about a special forces team that's been working on the same mission for the last 6 months, and they think they finally succeed in their mission, and after that mission they throw the biggest party in Las Vegas.
It's so weird. Okay. All right.
All right, and that's all I'm going to tell you about the show. And yes, that's that. What's this other stuff on here?
We started watching this animated show on Max. Have you heard of Max?
Yes, I've heard of that.
For the artist formerly known as HBO. It's called Scavenger's Reign. It's about a spaceship crew that crashes on an alien planet. It's really more about like the look of it is like sort of the hook of it, and the creatures that they encounter on the planet all have this like kind of like Miyazaki-esque design. If you like those anime, even though this is not an anime, like it's not a Japanese thing, but it does have like the creatures have that Miyazaki look. And it's kind of unique in how they're always like using the creatures and the environment to like solve problems. So like, or it also creates problems because it's a pretty hostile environment. Anyway, we watched like the first 4 episodes. It's pretty unique and good. Scavenger's Reign. We also started watching Slow Horses season 3. Did you ever watch that one? But I think you started watching that. No, the Gary Oldman one.
Didn't. Yeah, no, I know the show. You like it's one of those shows that you like and my father likes, which there's a lot of overlap there.
Gary Oldman's great. Like, it's really
This is the spy.
This is the spy
show.
Yes,
Okay.
the British spy show. He's like the MI5. Gary Oldman leads the MI5 like misfits crew in like a separate building where they send all the people who fucked up on the job. And his character is just very grotesque, like physically grotesque. His personality is grotesque. Everything about him is bad and gross. And he does such a great job. Like, and he even like takes his shirt off in it, and he's fucking like, I guess that's what he looks like now. I don't know. It's gross. Like he does a great job, and
You're
the
not
writing.
selling it.
No. But the writing is really good. They do a really good job of making like a gross character, but he's smart and competent as a spy as well, and fearless, even though he's like an out of shape old man. Like, because he doesn't even care like if he lives or dies. He doesn't take care of himself. So he carries that basically throughout his spy work too. So it makes everything very entertaining. So, but also like it's funny, but it's serious. That's Slow Horses, and they're on season 3 now. Also, we started watching the latest channel. Do you know Channel 5 News, formerly known as All Gas and No Breaks? It's on YouTube. It's this young guy. He does like these, like it's like gonzo journalism. He like traveled the country in a van and did all this shit. He did one on San Francisco and basically like the crime wave in San Francisco now. You know what bipping is? I'm going to teach you something right now. Bipping is what is stealing items out of cars. They basically, in San Francisco, they passed the people who live there passed a proposition that made theft under $1,000 basically like a ticketable offense instead of like a jailable offense. So it made like petty theft because it made basically under $1,000 petty theft. So it made a huge increase in like crime, obviously in theft, especially people breaking into cars and just stealing bags, luggage out of them. So bipping is the art of basically breaking the window with like a chip. As an engineer, you can appreciate this. They figure out like the materials to use to break the cars, and you know what like the best material is? To break the windows.
To break the windows?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
They take a spark plug, and they take the ceramic shit from the spark plug, and if you throw, even though it's a tiny little thing, like it looks weird, like a little tiny pebble, it looks like, they fucking throw it pretty hard at the window, and the window just shatters, and then they can be in and out and grab the bag, and if they get caught by a cop, it's basically like a ticket. So anyway, it's like this guy Andrew, who does Channel 5 News, basically takes you on. They get in beds with these thieves, and you learn all about the shit. You learn all about like these open air black markets. It's really interesting and sad, and it just goes to show you how like they tried to do a good thing with this law and you know lighten up the prisons and stuff, and it just like really in this case made the crime skyrocket. Check it out on YouTube. It's fucking free.
Okay.
Yeah, and they also use the Chinese dishes, porcelain dishes, to break the windows. You can go to Chinatown and ask for a bip kit, and some old Chinese guy will sell you like some porcelain dishes. All right, shall we do some new releases? You know all about bipping now. It's good.
I do know all about bipping. I watched one more thing. I don't know if it's worth talking about, but I watched the 40th anniversary documentary about the making of Michael Jackson's Thriller album.
Oh, okay. How's that?
That's on.
Watch that.
That's on. Is it Paramount Plus? I believe that's on.
That's something I have.
Yeah,
sure.
It's really good. Actually, it's a really good documentary. It's fairly light. It's not like going to be. It's not they don't go into many Michael Jackson controversies. It's very much a.
I don't need Michael Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. This is a pro.
I want to hear about his dick. Can I hear about his dick in this documentary?
To be perfectly honest, it really makes you sympathize with a lot of Michael Jackson things. Like they do highlight the fact that his father was a raging asshole.
Right.
That does come up, and how he'd never had a childhood and all that stuff does come up. But it also they talk a lot about his work ethic and how serious he was and how important it was for him to make this album on his own and to have the hits he had. And they played his original demos so you could hear really what because there's even been some controversy on what did Michael Jackson come up with and what didn't he come up with?
What did he
and when you hear
from others.
And when you hear those original demos, it's like, oh, he came up with a lot. Like, oh yeah, I get it. And even things like, because the album came out 40 years ago, I was 6 years old. There's a lot of that I sort of like I remember that album coming out. I remember it being huge, but I was 6. So there's a lot of details that I really just don't remember because why would I? I was 6. Like it didn't occur. I had no idea that the Thriller video, I remember that being the biggest thing I've ever seen and how amazing it was. I didn't realize that was the last single from the album. And that video came out after the label was like, you're not doing this. This is stupid. This album's already gone like quadruple platinum. You don't need to do any more promotion for this album. We're not spending any more money on it. Make the next album. And Michael Jackson was like, no, I want to do this. And he was right to do it. But it's just, it's just interesting because that didn't occur to me. It's a very interesting documentary. It has a lot of interesting interviews and some cool people on there. You get your Steve Lukather on there talking about playing the guitar on that album from Toto. All your favorites.
I was wondering when we get a Toto reference.
Oh yeah, there's definitely gonna be a Toto reference. You can't talk about Thriller without talking about Toto.
It's true. Everybody just goes straight to Toto.
I know, I do. But no, it's a fun documentary and it's worth your time. I think you'd like it. It's short too. It's only like 80 minutes.
The music must be good.
Yes. Yep.
At the very least.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Also, is they have access to all the music, so it kind of helps.
Oh, I hope so. That would
That'd be
suck.
tough.
Oh my god, I've put on documentaries about artists and they don't have access to
Yeah.
the music, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm not watching more than 5 minutes of this one.
Yeah. No, I remember listening. My dad had that album. I remember sitting in the rocking chair and just listening to the fucking whole album straight through, and they were all fucking bangers.
Yep.
That was like, I don't know. We didn't have that many albums growing up, like vinyls, but I definitely remember playing that one like over and over again.
Yep.
I was like,
Learning
you
the
can go
Billie-
through this
Billie
whole
Jean
thing.
dance.
You don't need to skip the songs even.
Right.
Do you know what the first single was off that album?
Not Thriller, we learned.
No, not Thriller.
I don't know. PYT.
Nope.
Billie Jean.
Nope. Should have been Billie Jean.
I don't know. The Girl Is Mine.
That was the first single. The Girl Is Mine.
All right. Well, that makes sense because it was the most like his previous music.
And it had
Right?
it had Paul McCartney on it.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
it makes it's a really weird song.
It is a
The
weird
Girl Is
song.
Mine, like every time, I'm like, oh, this is kind of catchy. This is really weird too. Like if you just listen to what like Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney are talking about.
Right.
I just want to meet the girl that can't decide between Paul
Between the two
McCartney.
of them. Yeah.
Right. They're pretty similar.
Sure they are.
Are there any new releases that we need to talk about other than that Avatar game came out, and I guess it's supposed to be okay, but I don't think any of us have played it.
I put 2 weeks of new releases on this list, and I don't think there's one worth talking about.
The Avatar game is supposed to be pretty good, but like I gotta say, I have like you can't really make me interested in Avatar in any format. Like I just don't. I never really got Avatar. Either any of the avatars, the cartoon or the movie. Like I just don't. I watched the movie and I was like, all right, this is like good special effects, but like I don't care about anything that's going on like emotionally or like but into like the blue people. I don't even know their names. The avatars.
The Na'vi.
Oh, not they're not called the avatars.
No, they're called the Na'vi.
No.
Yeah, that's dumb.
The avatars are the
You're
humans that are pretending to be the Na'vi.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
Yes.
They're pretending to be
Yes.
Navis?
What's the guy's? Was it Sully? Was it Sullivan? Was it
Something
like
like that.
Monsters Inc?
Yeah, something like that.
I think of the wrong movie with
I
blue
don't
people.
I don't know. Fuck them. Fuck Avatar. I don't like it.
I saw the original Avatar once. I've never seen Avatar
Same.
2.
Same. I had enough. Once was enough. It was long.
I've been to Avatar Land.
I like the guy, the
Nice.
robots with the
Did you
Or
guns.
see-
Animal Kingdom, whatever.
Did you stick your ponytail into someone else's ponytail and make a baby?
No, the line was too long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of long lines, let's move on to Wombat's fortnightly news. I mean, do we need to talk more about E3's death?
No,
or...
I think we covered that.
Wait, do you
This
have
was-
any? Maybe like you have a favorite E3 memory you want to say? Like one. E3?
I mean, I liked when I went there. It was fun. We talked about this, I feel like, fairly recently.
Because did we already have like our own eulogy for E3 before it was official?
I think we did. I feel like we recently talked about the crazy concert. I mean, that's still the craziest thing.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that recently. I mean, I had really nothing but like I don't know, favorable memories from E3 the entire time.
Of
Like it was
course,
always
'cause-
enjoyable. Like
Because we had, we weren't really
We had
like
fun
working
things.
like everybody.
yeah, we had fun. We were working hard. I don't know what you're talking
They're
about.
hardly working.
There was not like
People were
there
working
was only
hard.
a few people there that were doing
Dude, come
hard
on.
hitting journalism at that part.
But
at that
they
point.
like
The people working the booths were working hard.
they were, but I remember like the joystick people. They had like a certain number of articles they had to write. and
Sure.
They were, and their hotel conditions were like less than ideal, and they couldn't really go to the parties because they had to go back to their room that they were sharing. It was like a fucking hostel, and like they're all like huddled around a desk with their laptops, like banging out fucking ass stories about E3.
Well, yeah, we had it easier than most.
Right.
I
So it was,
mean,
yes.
we were eating lobsters and doing audio booths, right?
Brett Jago in the chat is like, audio booths are totally work. I know. It's just like I felt bad. I like one of my worst E3 moments was I remember like definitely I would smoke joints outside at various points during the show. And I remember going into some game meeting with all these journalists, and I forgot what the presentation was, but I remember sitting next to Alexander from Joystick, and he's like, dude, you reek of weed. And I was like, oh man, I felt bad because like I knew like he was working really hard, and I felt like it was like rubbing it in his face that like I'm just like not doing that. And so I felt bad about that. But it didn't slow me down at all.
Yeah, it didn't change the course at all.
I switched to vaporizers and edibles. No, I didn't. That's a lie. All right, let's so yes, rest in peace E3. Maybe later we'll come up with some more E3 memories, but I don't know. Go listen to our audio booze. You can relive all the past. I know Wombat's very excited because has there been ever like more of a change in the Fortnite universe than there has in the last week?
No, it's crazy. It's bananas. There's a lot of Fortnite to talk about.
And I checked it out. I checked out everything that's on this list. Every fucking thing.
I checked out some of the things that are on this list.
You did the M&M event, GP.
I did. I went to the 11 o'clock showing because I missed. Apparently, there was so much demand for the first showing that people who queued up like an hour ahead of time, it wasn't long enough. Like they couldn't get in, so they had to do another one. And I was like, I told Mrs. Chibi, I was like, hey, I'm getting into this fucking M&M thing. You should come check it out. And we were a little disappointed with like that part of it, like the M&M I don't know even what you call that, like the special presentation by M&M.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But the part that was great is when you're waiting for that to start, it's just people in like a lobby, and like some guy has like the shout emote where it's singing the shout song, and then
I have that emote, yes.
And then so it's like all these like the metaverse, like when you hear the metaverse, this is what the metaverse is. It's RoboCop, the guy from Jason from Friday the 13th, some fucking Fortnite people, Mike Myers, some Fortnite dudes that I never heard of, fucking Major Lazer, whatever, all coordinated doing the fucking shout dance for infinity, and you can watch it for like, and it doesn't get boring. And then like you can switch your emote, and now RoboCop's playing the guitar and the other guys are dancing, and it's just like that part was really fun. But once the event started, it was like, all right, it reminded me of the other event that I saw, which was a big guy,
Travis
music.
Scott,
yeah, and I was like, all right, that's cool, but like,
no, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I think, but the good thing is the thing you didn't like is something that they do like once every 4 months, and the part you did like is literally the beginning of every game of Fortnite.
Right. Yes, I got that. That was not lost on me.
Yeah, so that's if anything, I would say that's probably a preferred way of that it should be. I missed the whole event. I was too busy. I had Sabrina's play. I wasn't gonna miss that for a Fortnite event. I know.
Dad of the year.
I watched it on YouTube instead, like when I came home,
right,
by myself, and it was fine. I didn't miss much. I'm glad I went to see Clue. Do you know what her audition monologue was for Clue?
Clue?
No, it was the Nicole Kidman speech from AMC Theaters.
Oh, I don't even know it.
Bringing it back around.
I know it's a thing, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, back to Fortnite, because there's a lot.
Yes, there was the basics. The first thing, I'll just get this out of the way. There was the new chapter of the game that we all know and love. It's a really good map. I like it a lot. There's some really cool stuff on there. I like that they have heisting is back.
Love heisting.
The train is cool. Heisting, like, there are certain buildings, and if you
you don't have to explain it.
You kill the boss in the building, you get a key, you open a vault, you get cool shit.
Okay.
There you go. I explained it.
Okay.
That's it. Heist.
Can we talk about they launched 3 new modes in the game now, like at the same time, which is crazy to me. Like, is that a good plan, Chip? Like, do you want to do that? Like 3 at the same time?
I don't know. Like, I think launching 3 at the same time is okay because they have the different studios working on them. The maintaining all of those and keeping them fresh.
It's going to be very interesting. I mean, they've been doing updating and hot fixes in a lot of these already.
Yeah, no, I just mean like long.
Yeah.
I
long
couldn't get
term,
in
like,
to the guitar one. It kept
When
failing.
today?
Yesterday.
Oh, interesting. I got it. I played it yesterday.
Oh, I couldn't get it going. It kept failing every time.
Hmm.
Like, it would get to the stage. RoboCop's there with his guitar. He's ready to rock. The fans are there. Then it crashes back to the menu.
Oh, that's a bummer. I hope
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll fix it though. I mean, again, but it's like you're saying, it's a lot at once.
Right.
If Fortnite's good at anything, it's fixing things.
I don't even understand. Like, so like I'm like looking at it on the Xbox, and I'm like, I want to play the Lego one, so I like
Right.
click on the Lego one, but then it just takes me to the normal one.
You
Like,
clicked on the wrong one. You clicked on like a Lego variation of Fortnite instead of Lego Fortnite, I think.
maybe.
You need to click
like,
on the
all
one
four of
that's...
them are different things on the store. Like,
It's not a store. That's like...
no, I mean on the
Grid.
Xbox store.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
all
on
inside
the
Fortnite.
Xbox store. But they all go to Fortnite.
Yeah,
It's
they're all
super
inside
weird.
Fortnite.
Mhm.
But it's weird. Like,
What do
it
you
shows
mean?
me that I have the normal Fortnite, I have Lego Fortnite, but like it's like still like in the store. It's like, hey, why don't you buy the racing one, or like download the racing one, or download the music one?
Oh.
It's like, but it's all the same.
Yeah,
thing.
you
Like,
don't need
it's-
to download anything separate.
Mm.
Yes.
It's just really strange how it's like.
And
set
the
up.
menus could be better. The menus are a mess. They
It's just
used to be a
wall.
lot. Yeah.
I have no. Like,
They
I
used to
click on
be a lot
something and-
cleaner, and they updated it with this because they really think that creative mode is going to be something. They at the same time they think creative mode is going to be something. They are also like, but maybe it won't be. So here's all this stuff that we made. You know,
Right.
again, the rate. We'll do
I
one.
tried the
mode at a time.
racing. I tried the racing.
I like the racing. I know Ship thinks it's meh.
I
I'm
mean,
there.
I did like 4 races, and I know I haven't gotten to where like it's really the matchmaking is going on, but I'm like, I did like Dasha was doing some of the races, I was doing some of the races. Like I won by, it was like 30 seconds in the race.
Well,
and it wasn't
you're
against
very
bots,
gifted.
but it
And
was
you're
it was
not a
boring, though.
high
It was
level
like,
because you have to like play a few. You got to get the match.
but I don't want to play against other people.
I was close. I played.
that's
I don't
different
want
too.
to do that either, though. Like, I want to race and like unlock stuff, but I don't want to play against other people. That's not what I do.
Well, yeah,
That's not for you then. This game.
Yeah, I'm up to rank silver 2. You don't get the good shit until you hit gold 1, and then you get the grand prize of the season. And I'm gonna aim to get gold 1 and get the free skin. But I got I'm doing all right in it. I don't play a lot of it. I play it enough to get the season XP out of it, but I do like it. I think that the track variation that they have rotating right now, there isn't enough of it. I get like it feels like the same 4 tracks over and over and over again. And I know that there's more than 4 tracks.
Maybe
so
you need to buy something. You tried buying
don't.
something?
No, you don't. You don't.
I feel like
And-
it wants me to buy things when I'm
Oh,
playing
it
this
does.
game.
And of course, it wants you to buy it. To be fair, it is a free game.
I gotta say, the fact that you can't see your character driving the car is kind of a deal breaker for me. Like,
Sucks. It does
what
suck.
the fuck? Like,
I know, because when you could drive this exact same car in Battle Royale, and you can see your character in the car.
that must be
So-
coming, right? Like,
I don't know.
why would they bother doing this if they didn't have that? Like,
I
I'm
don't know.
very surprised, especially
'Cause
even
they
when you get the teaser in the M&M event. They
Mhm.
tease all the new modes, and fucking RoboCop was right there, like on the roof. He was like holding on to the fucking roof of the car, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! Like, I would love to like drive a car."
I think that would be annoying, but I think it'd be cool to be able to see him.
Hey, better than not seeing him. That's
And
what
it's
I say.
funny because you mentioned that, and before we did the show tonight, I was getting my dailies done in the racing mode, and I was like playing around with the camera at the starting line, and you could actually get into the car. Like you could if you play around with the camera, you could get like into the car next to you,
Yeah,
and there was no driver in the car.
Right,
Like,
it sucks.
the inside is just empty. There's a seat, and you could see the steering wheel,
don't like
but
it.
there was no.
Go Robo.
No. Yeah. So I agree with you on that. But where you can be RoboCop is RoboCop in the Guitar Hero
Right,
rhythm game that was made by Harmonix.
right.
So, which is actually pretty good.
But like, how does this? I mean, like I said, I couldn't get into the game, but it looks like there's like 3 songs of the day, and you have to buy. And if you don't want to do those, you have to buy songs. Is that the story? Is that the deal?
It's the songs of the day are all there. There's usually I think there's 7 songs that you
Okay.
could choose from,
Okay.
but it rotates each day.
Right.
You don't have to buy the songs of the day to play them.
Right.
But let's say like today's song of the day is Buddy Holly by Weezer. So
Classic.
yes, it may not be there tomorrow as a song of the day.
Better
But
buy
if
it
you-
now.
But if you buy it, you could play it whenever you want.
Whenever you want. I mean, yeah. Better buy
Sky's
it
the
now.
limit. How much is
Yeah.
that, by the way? $5?
500 V-Bucks.
Yeah, which is like $4.80. So yes, $4, $5.
God bless.
Yeah, it's like $5. No, there's no reason to buy a song. There is no reason to buy it. They're also not available as lobby tracks, which is dumb. That should be part of it. They actually put up a post saying that having the songs available as lobby tracks will happen in the future.
Is that something else you can buy? Lobby track, something you can buy?
Lobby tracks is something you used to be able to buy. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And those were like $2.
Shit, man. There's a lot of lawsuits going on. What do you think's funding all these lawsuits? They had a victory, I saw.
Yeah, you could buy. Yeah, they won the Google lawsuit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit you could buy in this free game. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine.
It is what it is. It's a free game.
How's the
You don't have
Lego?
to buy
How's the
anything.
Lego one?
Dash. That's the only one that Dash has any interest in. Is the Lego one.
Okay, so how is it?
It's Minecraft, but with Lego things. Like, I don't know how long he'll stick with it, because he likes the traditional Lego games. Like, and you like dying quickly is like the opposite of what Lego games are. And so it's a different feel of, oh, I'm getting killed like by every direction, so let me go like level up my town and do all this, like, I don't know, survival stuff, which is what the game is. I don't know. It like, in only having like 2 characters to choose from, like it's a little bit like, because we have nothing, right? Like, we have no Fortnite stuff pretty much.
Did you get
Do you have PSN, PS Plus, whatever?
I have the essential.
You do have it though, right?
The essential version.
Okay,
yes.
there's a free skin in it right now that you can use in Lego, so you'll be up to 3.
What is it?
It's just it's a guy in like it's a cool looking dude in like a rainbow jacket with like a black face.
Blackface?
Cool. No, not a you. He's like in shadow, so
Ted
it's just
Danson?
all black. Never mind. But anyway, it's pretty cool, and that's free for you right now if you wanted to get a free skin. And also, there are the 2 free Lego skins. Do you have a Lego Insiders account?
I do. This is too much. It's too much work for all this crap. Just give me like
give me
some characters to play with.
You go on the PlayStation Store and you get your free thing. That takes about 2 seconds. You really don't get the free stuff in the PlayStation Store. Like, I get stuff for games I don't even play.
I mean, I used to do that, but I don't.
So that's not so hard.
I don't need to link accounts for this game to get a character that he's not going to play as.
Yes, you do.
And if you link your Lego Insiders account that you probably already have to your Fortnite account, which you already have, you get a free skin for doing that. So now you're up to 4 skins, and then if you get your town to level 4, you'll get a 5th free skin. So you'll have 5 skins.
This all sucks.
Couldn't they have just made a Lego game and then you pay $60 for it and then it's good and then you have a nice time?
I'm just saying.
Like, everything, like, if you could hear yourself, all these things that you're saying, it all sucks. Like, it's just like,
I'm telling you how to get 3 free skins. You say you don't want. You could also just buy a skin, and then you don't have to deal with any of this.
I realize that, but the economy of that is not what I'm interested in. Like, I could buy a full Lego game for $60 and get like a full game there for $60, as well as, I don't know, 120 characters that I can unlock. Like, the value proposition of me having to like keep up with this on a daily basis and link different accounts, and then like the menu system is confusing. Like, it's just going to try to rope you into like spending money in 4 different games now, and then like some of the stuff carries over between games and some doesn't, and it seems icky to me. Like, the entire time I'm in there, it's like I gotta fight through all this stuff so he can play this Lego game.
It's a trap. It's a trap
Right.
for kids who can't get their parents to buy them games, but maybe can squeeze some money out of them
Yes,
for.
it is a free to play game that wants you to spend money. I mean, it's a lot more cluttered now than it was a week ago. But I mean, but at the end of the day, that is what this is and always has been. I don't think that that's too shocking. But yes, there are other Lego games. Lego's not going to stop making those games.
Yeah, no, that's not my thing. I'm just saying, like, they got us to try this, right?
Yeah.
And they would get me to try the Guitar Hero thing too. But I still, like, I'm not interested in spending $4 or $5 per song.
You don't have to.
No,
Only
but
if you
I just have to
keep it.
randomly play whatever they decide to throw at me on that day. And
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
and then I have to keep up like with like, oh, I wonder if there's a song I'm gonna like today. Let me like be super invested in this and like track
What if you
what's
miss
going
it?
on.
And then
Right.
if you miss it, then you get to keep your $5. They're gonna make instruments for this.
They are in January.
Yeah, I saw the
Can I
tweet.
use my existing instruments?
I don't know. There's rumors that might be possible.
It's in their best interest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know, it's
It's
I
big
think
I'm
Fortnite
happy
news.
for you. I'm happy for you, but I am. I just this
no.
is
I
still not
think
gonna
you
be my
played it.
thing.
I'm shocked that you didn't hate it. As much as you complain, I know
What do
you
you
didn't
mean?
hate it.
I did hate it.
You didn't hate. You didn't hate it.
He just said it sucks like 3 times, and his voice went. You could tell he meant it because his voice went up an octave.
Whatever.
My son doesn't
Your son doesn't
hate that version of Lego game, but to be
Yeah.
clear, he also played just as much of like the Lego, what was it, Lego Undercover or whatever, the
Mhm.
GTA Lego game
Yep.
this week as he did this. So I don't know. It just seems it's so, I don't know. It just seems like it's just trying to get every last dollar out of you, and the whole fallback plan is like, oh, but it's free. This is a free game. It's like, I don't care. Like, you gave me just a marketplace to play it.
Well, that's what Roblox is, and I think
That's
they're
what
trying
a lot
to.
of games are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sucks.
But yeah, it's they are trying they're overcompensating for Roblox and it's losing them money.
Hmm.
And I think and I will say this, if anything, these new modes that are made by Epic, if any, will have the potential to rein in the Robloxiness of everything else. So, you know, I'm hopeful that may happen. They also made other updates.
Wait. How are they reining in Roblox by making this game Roblox?
Well, they made it because Roblox is all about the creator made nonsense. It's a lot of creator made noise. And Fortnite has a lot of creator made noise now too, because they incentivized the creators so much. And they were not creating things in house. They were getting, to be blunt, lazy with the stuff that Epic was adding to the games themselves.
They were relying on the community too much.
Exactly. So now, instead of them being lazy and relying on the community, they made these 3 modes that, you know, they have, was it Psionics? That's the people who make Rocket League. It's Psionics and Harmonix and Lego
Legonics.
and Legonics. Yeah, I don't know who's making it, but I know it's a big partnership with Lego. This is all in-house stuff. This is all stuff that has quality control that some of these creative maps don't. And that is a change in the right direction. It's something that I would prefer to see than the Wild Westness of a creative mode of what Roblox is. And that's where it's
So
different.
you want to protect IP is what you're
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I prefer things where the use of IP is legal and above board and sanctioned by the creator. Yes.
That's fine. I mean, I guess that's the only difference between that, right? Is in these
Mhm.
2 models.
Sort of. Also, like I said, there's quality control. It's been tested. You know, you're playing something that's gonna have something to it. You know, the racing mode is good. I've played creative made racing maps. They're all terrible. Like, they don't even compare.
They don't feel like racing games. This is a racing game, you know.
Sure.
You know, and that feels like a racing game. It feels like a wholly
A kart
thought out-
racing game.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what?
No, it's cool.
Yeah, but at
All
least
right.
it feels like something.
That's
Now,
a
is
lot
this-
of Fortnite.
But like,
Oh no.
is this going to be more work for you now that there's
Yes.
4 of these things?
So much work.
Not really. I mean, I'm doing the little things to try to get those, basic. I don't have to play Lego anymore. I unlocked everything there is to unlock in Lego. That did not take long.
But don't you think they're going to add more for you to unlock as you go?
Not until probably March. I'm good. Probably
but how
until
much?
March.
Like, because where this would go would be like they'd want to maximize each one of these games that people are
There's
putting time in it.
yeah.
So
There's a separate battle pass for the music thing. I'm not interested in what they're offering in that, so I didn't buy it.
But what if it gave you unlocks in the mode that you were interested in?
It does. I'm just not interested in what it gives you, so I didn't
Not
pay
yet.
for that.
Maybe
Yet.
the next one.
Maybe there'll be one.
What if it lets you play as the members of Toto?
Then
in
maybe.
Fortnite?
'Cause right now it's just the weekend, and I'm like, I don't need the weekend.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like that. So that's fine. And the same thing even with
So you have to buy the battle pass for just the Guitar Hero thing to unlock the weekend in Fortnite Battle Royale.
A version of him. They made 2 different weekends. One you could just buy, and one that you get in a
There's
battle
Saturday
pass.
and Sunday. Now,
Yeah.
if you want the Sunday version,
Yeah. I mean, but that's
and
what
there's a
they
car
do.
battle pass too, right?
Yeah. There is no car battle pass.
Yet.
Okay.
They did not make a car battle pass, and the
There's a
XP
Lego
you
one
get,
though, right? Or are they
Nope.
just advertising me trying to get me to buy the thing that I'm not playing?
probably.
All right.
There is no car battle pass. There's no racing battle pass, and the unlocks that you get in the racing game are all usable in Fortnite regular. We'll call it.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's fine with me, and I'm up to level 80 in the regular battle pass. So, and it's only been like a week, but that's really because I was sick. So
I'm like level 15, no battle pass, and it just keeps telling me like, here's some stars you earned. And I
Congratulations.
go, okay, thanks.
there's free stuff you could get in the battle pass, just no skins. The skins you'll have.
But do I have a battle pass? I didn't pay anything.
There's free stuff in the battle pass. Like there's like 2 things per page that are going to be free.
I just get gold stars, and I go, I don't
Collect
what does
those.
that
That's your retirement stars.
do?
Come on.
Actually, if he doesn't, I don't know if
Can I
they
like give
still
those
do
to you or
this.
something? Can I just
I
give those
wish.
to you?
And if you don't,
Can we farm for Wombat?
It
Right.
used to be that if you didn't spend them and the season ended, it would just auto redeem whatever. Like they'd be like, "Oh, you have 80 stars. This is what 80 stars would have gotten you."
So this
And
is the
it'll
actual
auto-redeem.
currency. Like this is what I'm earning is a
It's how you
in-game
unlock stuff.
currency.
It's how you unlock stuff in the battle pass.
Come on,
Yeah.
Chip. Gotta get to work.
So anyway,
You may
and
need an
tomorrow's-
intern. Wombat, are you gonna hire an intern to keep track of all these battle passes?
There is some cool tiger stuff that you might like. You know, as a Bengals fan, as mentioned in the chat.
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah, you might like the tiger stuff.
I
There is
might-
a tiger character.
I feel like my energy was just drained by this long Fortnite conversation.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's not
for it
your
to go-
It's
fault.
the first time we've all 3 been in the Fortnite verse here.
I know. It is. I will say, like, it's interesting to see like the only real version of the metaverse that's
Mhm.
sanctioned and real and functional and good. But I'm not sure about these other modes.
Yeah.
That's all.
The other, but yeah, we'll see. It's a little cluttered and a little messy, and I do think they need to clean it up, and I think they will. But it's
Right.
we'll give it time. It's new.
We shall. Do we need to talk about the Game Awards at all?
I watched them.
I tried to.
I put it on, but I didn't
did-
really watch it.
I mean, I watched it. I did fall asleep for a portion of it,
Mhm.
but I did wake back up and watch some more of it. I don't know. How can they make this better? Like,
Well, it's funny because there was that controversy that they didn't let award winners speak. There's not enough awards. And this is what I'm going to say about that. If you are not a professional public speaker and you were on a stage and handed a trophy and told to give a speech, you keep that shit to 15 seconds and you run away. I do not want to hear someone who does not speak on a regular basis try to give a 5-minute speech about anything. I don't care what game you made. I don't care if you're the #1 game maker who has ever
But that's what
gamed a
this is
game
supposed
in
to be,
this.
though, right? Like that's what they're. It's kind of
But
an
it
identity
isn't.
crisis.
But
not.
it isn't. They
But
actually, it's
you can't
not.
have Keeley like read off 5 awards in a row, just like, and here's the nominees, and the winner is, and then you go right on to the next one, just like 5 in a row, and like these
Yeah,
are
that's
like
fine. That's fine.
inconsequential categories, or
Sure they are.
not
Every category of the
everyone
video,
is, but
every category is inconsequential. If you want a real award, go to Dice.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Dice Award's a real
here's
award.
your reward. It's my jizz.
I think the hardest part I had watching it was just like there was no segues or like people introducing games or like telling me why I should be interested in a game. It was just like, here's a trailer, and then right behind it is another trailer, and like all of
Yes,
the audio
it-
of the audio sounded like they were piping the audio like from the room into the trailers.
That's
Like
not
none
good.
of it like sounded good as well.
I'm sure they did because they want to have the audience reactions to it, but the mix was not right. I guess maybe I didn't notice it because I was watching it like on a laptop, like through a Twitch streamer
Yeah,
with his commentary.
I don't know. Like it's too much. It's too long. Like, do we need that many trailers?
It was very long. It was very long. Well, that's how he funds the stupid thing.
The trailers.
Yeah.
And there's trailers before the thing even starts. There's a whole like a bunch of trailers for people who don't have enough money for
He's
the
not putting
main
those
show.
trailers in out of the kindness of his heart.
Right, you got to pay. I assume you got to pay to play.
Yeah. Pay to play. Big money.
I mean, the
big
only
money.
thing that I'm like, oh, this is two things. The two things that were interesting were the Alan Wake dance, just because
I missed it.
Oh, you missed it. Okay, just because it was unique. Like it was like, oh, okay, people are having fun with something video game related.
Right.
And then the orchestra at the end that had all of like the songs from all the game of the years, and
Oh,
great crazy flute guy was, I think we've seen him before. He was back, and he had like the largest flute ever. I don't even like it was.
Isn't
it was
that just an
incredible.
oboe at that point?
I don't know. It was.
When does a flute become an oboe?
It was
That's-
fantastic though, like because he was like
Okay.
really into it, and it was like, okay, this is fun. Like
maybe
let's
do
make it
that in
fun.
the middle. Maybe don't do that. Do that at the end. I don't know.
I mean, I could understand them be doing stuff like more musical performances, or maybe you do have like a stand-up come out and like another host outside of Jeff Keighley, someone who does like a monologue a la the Academy Awards. Maybe that's something that would work. I don't know if Chris
I
Rock
think-
is going to come out and do a
Right, but I think
and
if you
do
like take
15
the
minutes
more
about
like,
video game jokes, but maybe
if you
he
take the more
could.
MTV Movie Awards approach to this, and
Yes,
keep
but those
Dice
are
as the serious one,
But those are still better speakers. Like they're still actors. They're
right? But you're still like
they're
trying
still
to make
charismatic.
just make it fun. Like just watching video game trailers.
Mhm.
That's not fun
No,
enough.
I think more music. I think you're right. I think there's but the answer is not handing out more awards to human beings and letting them speak. That is not the answer, because all that does is that's going to be the most boring shit you'll ever see in your life.
1
Right,
minute
but maybe
max.
make it a-
1 minute max.
Make it a fun way for them to like somehow jazz up them accepting the award.
Like maybe there's like a way you hand them an award and it's cool and exciting and they don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
I would be all for that.
Yeah.
It sucks that you're handing out awards to these categories, and it's literally just him like reading off a list of games.
Like if anything, maybe it's like here's
At least show
to-
like
to
something from
read
something from the game up there. Like here's a like
There's a
Here's
clip
what
of like
maybe
this
it's like-
guy doing an amazing move in the game. We got like the best player
How about
at,
this?
at
Or
God
it's
of War
like,
to show you this fucking
you know,
shit.
right.
we got Johnny Knoxville hung by his testicles, and while he's hung by his testicles, he's gonna read the next 5 winners.
And he's gonna play Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I mean that would be more interesting.
Meanwhile, the other thing that's not interesting is when you look at all the winners, and Shipwreck pointed this out on Twitter, they're all sequels. Like almost every game is a fucking sequel.
That's 'cause
2,
every
3.
game is
I know, but that's
every game is a
also
sequel.
it's hard to get like super excited about that. It's like if you were watching the fucking Oscars and fucking it was sequels that were winning every award, like it would be boring. Like it would just, I don't know. And that's the problem with gaming in general, but we don't need to talk about that now. We talked enough.
I like the idea of the show.
Sure.
I want it to be more engaging than just feeding me trailer after trailer with no content. Like give me something like it's like, oh, this is what this game is. Like the developer comes out and maybe that's where they speak of like, this is the vision that we had. Like the part, like the No Man's Sky new game, whatever, or whatever they said. I don't remember what it was, but it's like the land, we made Earth now. Like it's interesting to hear that person talk about like the vision that they have for the game rather than just like their game with mech suits, you're fighting robots. It's got hang gliders.
I think the problem is that most of these people are not interesting to listen to. And it's for every Sean Murray that is interesting to listen to, there's like 5 people that think they could be as interesting as Sean Murray that aren't.
Identify those people though.
Well, like Jeff can. Jeff knows.
Sam Lake, I like to listen to Sam Lake talk. I like to watch him dance because he's personable, right? Like he's got a lot of charisma. He's an interesting guy. Find those. I'm not a big the Metal Gear Solid guy. Kojima. I'm not a big Kojima guy. Like
he's good at standing there though. He stands there and people kiss his ass. It's great.
Right.
He smirks.
But even that, I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with that portion of it. Because like it's at least like, okay, this guy makes really good video games. He's quirky. Like there's some like provenance.
Yeah, they're here to kiss the ring. They're here to kiss. There's the time in the show where everybody faces the wall and kisses Kojima's ring and jerks off.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine if that's an entire section every year. Like I don't know. Like it's just too much. It's too much. Not people cannot watch that many trailers just back to back to back to back.
They
get anything from it.
They can. Oh yeah, it's not that fun. They're commercials. It's like just watching commercials back to back. It's like watching the Super Bowl with no football. Just the commercials. It's not going to go too far. All right. What do we gotta move along here?
I gotta talk about 2 things real quick.
Okay, lay it on us.
I was sent a code by our friends at Zen Pinball for Pinball M, which is their new pinball game that's like horror themed. And there's one free table that's really good. And oh my God, my brain is literally, this is COVID brain, by the way. I'm forgetting what other tables are in there off the top of my head. So now I have
LNO.
Stop it! You're making it difficult.
Oh, you're
not helping. But it is really good. I played it. Actually played it a bunch. Oh, it has whatchamacallit? The Thing is on there. The movie The Thing with Kurt Russell. It has Duke Nukem on there. It has a Chucky table. I believe those are the 3, and then there's the free one, which is like a Cthulhu H.P. Lovecraft themed table. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's its own standalone thing. I like how they did this. I like how they packaged it where you don't feel like, oh, what am I missing? What don't I have? This is its own thing. It's just those tables. It's really good. I highly recommend it. I also played this very relaxing, very casual game they sent a code to me for called Kingdoms and Castles, where it's a real-time strategy game, I guess, sort of like a Civilization kind of game, but you're just building your little kingdom. But it's very slow. There's not much to it as far as, you're not really getting anyone's really attacking your town. You're not worrying too much about that as much as you are just making sure your people are fed and warm and have places to live and you have enough materials. And it's a very relaxing, soothing game. And I actually like that a lot.
Okay.
And that's called Kingdoms and Castles.
And
that's it.
I checked out the finals. That's the free-to-play.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not battle royale, but it's
first
like
person shooter,
squad based.
Right? Yeah.
3-on-3, like cash grab. Like, that's the gameplay. Is it's like a game show with guns. You get the money, guard the money, all that type of thing. But what it does have that we haven't sort of seen in a while is destructible environments. So, and everything's really vertical. So you'll be depositing the money in the vault in the safe thing, and you're trying to guard it, and then somebody with a rocket launcher will come and like shoot out the floor, and then you'll just fall through the floor, or they'll come in through the wall or through the ceiling, and it's pretty cool. Like we haven't seen that in a while, really, where it's like pretty much anything goes with that. I only played it today for like maybe 45 minutes, but I'll probably go back to it. It seemed pretty good. And I don't know what else. You want to do our Xbox year wrap up real quick, or is it too much?
No, we can do that.
Okay.
Let me
I feel like I've been overly negative this show. I need to be positive the next
Okay, yeah. Let's hear that. Let's see those 2023 highlights. See, it says my total time is 647 hours, but Ty plays a lot, and Ty actually took, I think, like the number 3 and number 2 spots in my most played games with Overwatch 2 and FIFA 23, respectively, and he put in about 88 hours of each of those. And then I put in 170 hours of Apex Legends. And that was my number 1 game.
That's pretty crazy.
That was all me. And that puts me at 100. It's 169 hours. And that puts me in the top 10% of Apex Legends players. Yeah, 10%.
How many total games did you play?
Total games is 55.
All right.
And yeah, that's the story.
What was the total hours you had?
647.
All right. I'm a little bit north of that because I'm also sharing with Dash on some of these.
Yeah.
I'm at 753, and this is wild. Both of the games that are my top 2 games, total hours, they're both PC. Like I played them on PC.
Oh, what?
Loop Hero, I had 72 hours of that.
Okay.
I'm in the top 5% of Loop Hero players.
Yeah, I bet.
And then my number 2 and number of hours played is the Microsoft Solitaire collection.
No,
at 57 hours.
That's really funny.
And what's the percentage? It's very interesting that it tells you this where you are percentage
I'm
wise.
in the top 20% of active players on Microsoft Solitaire collection.
So not that high, relatively.
That's a good collection of Solitaire.
I guess so.
Yeah, and then I also had my third one on here, which I feel like I have a bunch that are probably right bunched in. They only give you the top 3. I feel like I have a bunch around this 50 hour was the Master Chief collection, because Dash and I played through every Halo game almost 2 times now, I think.
I wish it wasn't so stingy with the stats, right? Like, why is it only giving us our top 3 games? It's like
I can't pull it up.
I know,
I'm having
like,
trouble. But
I have a link in the dashboard there.
Your top
I know
working?
it's not that it's not working. For some reason, it keeps defaulting to Elliot's year in review.
Oh, how did he do?
I could tell you if I can get that to work. But yeah, so I'm like, this is annoying.
And I played 119 different games.
That's a lot.
So it was I jump around a lot. That's why
I know
Fortnite doesn't appeal to me too, because I don't want to be tied down. I feel like I'm getting into a relationship there.
Right. By the way, 88 hours of FIFA only gets you into the top 25% of most active players. Pretty popular game.
There we go. It wasn't. I was using the wrong password for him. I could tell you that I have it on my phone. I played 1,163 hours of Xbox, and my most played game was Fortnite, and I know I was in the top 10% on that. Yeah. My second most.
Wait, what's the
game,
number there?
Wait, what's the hour number there?
I don't know because I don't have it on my phone. I just have the screenshot of just that one basic thing. I know. I'll have to pull it up. And then my second most played game was Diablo. That I remember from when I pulled it. Elliot is at 500 hours. Good for him on the year. And let's see, his most played game was Fortnite, 400 hours over the course of the year.
Solid.
And he played 21 hours of Planet Coaster and 18 hours of Portal 2.
Nice.
Yep.
I feel like that's a lot of hours of Portal 2. Like, yeah. Did he play through it twice?
Yeah, he plays that game every now and again. Like when he feels like, it's like for him, it's almost like a movie. He wants to like relive it and play it again, so he'll do that.
Right. Thanks to Shanafan, I did receive a code for Alan Wake 2.
Oh, nice.
I'll be playing that in the near future.
I will be too.
And I don't know. I can't possibly read these CAGbag questions. Let's save these for next time.
Okay.
We'll bring the positivity next time too.
Oh, now I can check my stats.
Oh wait, let's hear these stats.
Here we go.
Yeah, this has got to be good.
But give me a second here.
Yeah, I'll wait for this.
Okay, it won't take long.
I want to hear the high number, but also I'm interested to hear where that ranks you because I feel like there's a lot of people putting up some serious Fortnite numbers.
Well, he already said he was like in the top 10% of Fortnite players.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, it might be higher. I don't know. We'll
It's
find
not
out
that high though. Even I feel
top 10% of Fortnite
I
players.
guess
Seems pretty high.
Okay, so 1,167 hours.
yeah.
I am overall. I'm in the top 5% of all hours played on the Xbox.
Nice.
I'm top 5 for Fortnite
Top 5. Nice.
with 808 hours of Fortnite played in
Woo!
the last year.
Shipwreck's eyes just fell out of his head. By the way, I don't know
Now,
if you saw
wait,
that.
the problem is
808 hours.
Yes.
yes,
This
808
year?
8 hours played of Fortnite last year. Now
This year.
that is a loaded stat, unfortunately.
How? Why loaded?
Because I do farm XP sometimes and just have it on in the background, and I'm not actually playing the game.
I think that counts.
Does that
that's part of the
count?
game.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, because I'm not playing. But I feel like I also need to say that it's not like I'm sitting there playing the game. I'm like doing other things, and it's just on.
Yes. That's like 2.19 hours a day.
Yeah. I don't play 2.9 hours a day of Fortnite. I know that.
2.1.
Yeah, and I'm in the top 40% of Diablo 4 players.
Got to work. Those are working numbers.
I know, and that's 55 hours put in. And I
Yeah.
put in 33 hours into Starfield.
And what is that? Where does that rank you in the?
Top 30%. So 5, 40, 30.
Somebody should crunch these numbers and come up with some stats.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a tenth of all hours in the year.
For
that
Fortnite
was-
hours.
For Fortnite,
Fortnite
hours.
hours. Yeah, what can you do?
Play it.
Yeah,
Get them hours. All right.
I like Fortnite. What, I'm sorry.
Shocked.
I don't apologize for it.
Shouldn't.
Eat my ass.
Who?
Anyone.
No.
Anyone who wants to.
Not
New
it.
mode coming.
Exactly. I have to buy that skin.
Battle Pass.
Anyway,
Eat my ass Battle Pass.
are we done now? It's late.
Hey, Wombat, are you gonna get the Eat My Ass Battle Pass next month?
Yes. Yep.
Can
Eat my pass.
Let's find out how the Apple Podcast Store likes that title. That show title.
You put the P in parentheses.
Eat my.
Eat my pass with the P in parentheses.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
Bread's done.